Welcome to English 3080J. My name is Dr. Ryan Shepard. You're welcome to call me Ryan or Dr. Shepard, whichever you prefer, but I prefer one of those two. As you probably already know, this class is starting 100% online. You will have work due on Tuesdays and Thursdays by 3:05 p.m. That work is done asynchronously, meaning that you can complete it at your own pace, and as long as you get it done by the deadline. And then on Thursday afternoons, we will be having small group synchronous meetings that you'll meet with me at a certain time with a few of your peers. At the beginning of the semester, those Thursday meetings will be completely online. We'll be doing them through Microsoft Teams. If you're not sure how to use Microsoft Teams, that's okay. There will be a video explaining how to do it later. If we are able to go back face-to-face, those Thursday meetings will be held in person, but everything else in the class will continue online. If for whatever reason you can't do the Thursday meetings in person, that's okay. I will make sure that there is an option available for people who want to complete the Thursday meetings online all the way through the end of the semester. The rest of this video will be about Blackboard. I'm sure that since you are juniors, at least juniors, that you already are familiar with most of the features in Blackboard. So I'll try to keep it relatively brief and cover only the things that are kind of unique to this class. So please do watch the rest of it, even if you are familiar with Blackboard, because I'm going to try to focus just on what's special for us. If you aren't already familiar with Blackboard, that's okay. We have a space for this class where you can ask questions at any time. There's the questions form that should be in the menu to the left. Ask your questions there, just putting the question in the title of the post and then using the body of the post to add any details that you'd like about the question. You can ask questions there at any time. If you do have a question that you prefer to keep private for whatever reason, you can ask it to me via email. All right, so the rest of the video will be about Blackboard. Again, if you have any additional questions, please ask. When you signed into Blackboard today, you should have been dropped on this page, the Getting Started page. This is only going to be the landing page for the very first time that you sign into Blackboard. Just make sure that you go through all of this stuff and that you understand what the expectations for the class are and where things are and stuff like that. Normally the landing page will be the announcements page. I will use this frequently throughout the semester to convey any additional information that's not in the daily folder section. So when you first sign into Blackboard, do make sure to check those announcements. Some of you may already have notifications for the announcements on, and you may get them in your email as well. Probably one of the most unique things about this class will be the daily folders. So make sure to check those out next. You'll notice that each of these folders has a date on it. So these first three are for week 1. These next 3 are for week 2. This information is due on August 25th. This information is due on August 27th. This one will be August 27th as well, but it's separate because of the group conference thing, which I'll explain in just a second. I do again want to point out that the date on the folder is the date that the contents of the folder are due. That's a really important point. It's not when you start doing them, it's when you finish doing them. As I said at the beginning of this video, everything in the class is due at 3:05 p.m., so make sure to complete the contents by then. I'm going to go into one of these for a second just to show you around. Every one of these folders will start with a checklist. This just gives you some stuff to check off to let you know what you need to complete for that day. So this should have everything due that day. So today we've got to read the objectives, go over the Getting Started folder, which I assume you've already done, watch this overview video down here, read the course documents, and so on. So as you can see here, we've got all of this information there. Make sure to check it out. And when the titles are links, make sure to follow those links to whatever that content is. I will go to Thursday's class as well. As you can see, it looks very much the same. This is what will be due on Thursday of this week. And then finally, here is that group conference section. By the time that you enter the class, this will already be filled in with names. You will have a group that will be assigned to you and a time that will be assigned to each group. These times are wrong here, by the way. I will adjust them so that the times for the groups will be between 3:05 and 4:30. Find your name, get in touch with your group members. Their email addresses will be here as well. And then choose a way to get in touch with each other so that you can prepare for the group conference in advance. There's usually a few things that you will need to do before your group conference starts. So just mark those. There is a little note going into more detail about the group conferences later this week. I also want to point out the questions form available over here on the side. There's nothing in here yet, but when you do decide that you want to ask me a question, you simply create thread, ask your question here, and then if you have any other details that you want to add, you can add them in the body of the post. Otherwise, you can just click submit. I'll be subscribed to this forum, so I'll get an email notification whenever you ask me a question, and I'll try to answer them within at least 24 hours, usually much quicker. As I'm sure you already know, there's also a course documents folder here. This just has the syllabus, schedule, grade breakdown, and the assignment sheets for the major projects for the class. I'm sure you already know about the My Grades feature. The discussions feature is just where you find the discussion forums if you want. All of them are also going to be linked in the daily folders. So the only reason you'll need to go here is if you want to go and find something that's already been passed. The support section just gives you some help for class stuff, technical support for OU things, academic support if you're having any problems and need some extra tutoring, accessibility support if you need any help from student accessibility services, and other support resources like student counseling, student health, and well-being services. The help section is specifically for Blackboard though. All of that stuff should be pretty familiar to you. Of course, if you have any questions about any of this, you can ask about it in the questions forum, or you can send me an email if you prefer to ask me privately.